Good morning. My name is Andrea of Andrea Gonzalez Motivations. I am here today to greet you with love. I'm here to inspire you with hope, to challenge you for change, and to impact you for life. Hi, it's Wednesday, and on Wednesday, we work it out on Wednesday. We deal with the what I call the real deal holy field of who we are on our way to becoming the very best you and me that we could ever be. On this Wednesday, we're going to talk about something that I have dealt with over the years quite a bit. And it has not been fruitful for me until I have decided to do something about me, not necessarily about the other person. Today, we're going to talk about don't be bitter, but learn to be better. Have you ever been angry and your anger has caused you to say something, to do something? Have you ever been so angry that you really just couldn't think? You were just so angry. I've been there. I've been so angry that I couldn't think straight, that I wasn't thinking rational, and that I thought of, you know, you aren't going to do me like that. You're not going to treat me like that. And my anger, I'm the kind of person that if you make me angry, I am going to stew over it until I figure out how to get you back. That's how I have mainly, predominantly, in different relationships, have lived my life. Um, it's not that I'm going to fight you physically, I'm going to fight you mentally. But anger and bitterness, they don't produce the best me. I don't feel my best when I'm angry. I don't feel my best when I'm bitter. I don't feel my best when I have all of this resentment within me about anything or any person. And it takes up a lot of energy that I just am not willing to give anybody anymore. I believe that you learn and you are to grow. And so, with that, our talk about don't be bitter, learn to be better. So, bitterness is a word that comes from the seed of anger. Something happens to you, you've been wronged, there's an injustice that's been done, you feel like someone purposely maliciously did something to you. So the seed of anger is there. So now you first start off with, you could have been disappointed in the beginning, and then frustrated, and then all of those turn into, as you think about it more and more, you become angry. Well, anger undealt with, anger not resolved. You didn't go back and talk about it with the other person. You just aren't going to deal with them. You didn't go back and try to make amends, make apologies. You're like, you know what? You do you, I'm going to do me. What that has done is it has allowed anger to be seated inside of you. And then because it's not been resolved, because it's not been dealt with, it goes from being anger to a matured bitterness. Bitterness is the maturity from anger. It is located on the innermost twining parts of you. And it can lay dormant for a long time until something happens that makes it come back alive. That something triggers it, and all of a sudden, like all of it, like the beginning of the conversation that you had, what they said to you, what you said to them, what they were driving in, where you guys were at, all of that begins to come back. You know why? Because it was anger that was never dealt with. It was an issue that never got resolved. And so it has been lying dormant until a day such as this. I want to tell you, don't be bitter. It's time for us to get better. Bitter folks, they are negative people, because that root of bitterness that's in you, which came from anger, it's a negative spirit. It doesn't produce anything positive in it. And so it takes your joy. It takes your peace. It takes your tranquility away from you. And so folks who are always bitter, they always got something negative to say. You can say something as simple as, wow, that sun, it's really beautiful out there and it's just illuminating. And they'll say something like, yeah, but it's too hot and it's making me sweat. And you're like, is everything that bad for you? And there was a time in my life that that's who I was. that I saw everything negative because I was so mad. I was so angry. And so I wasn't able to properly grieve because I chose not to deal with my bitterness. I chose not to talk to the person who I felt did me wrong. The injustice, the injury that I felt was against me. I wasn't able to express it to the other person. For whatever reason, I decided to move forward, but I really never moved forward. I'm telling you, when you're bitter, there is no forward progression. All it is, you're stuck right there in that moment of time. Now you're going to work and you're around your home and you're around your family and you think you're moving forward, but internally, emotionally, mentally, you're not moving forward. You're stuck right there. Listen, bitterness and anger is toxic and it's destructive. It's destructive to the human emotions and the physical body. There is documentation from researchers that can tell you and express to you how much bitterness can ruin you. It can ruin your mental thought process. It can ruin your emotions. It can set you into a whirlwind that your health begins to decline rapidly because this seed of bitterness is festering so much inside of you that it is causing other elements to happen within you. By smoldering resentment, by viewing the hurt as an intentional malicious act against you, you continue to relive and regurgitate over and over again how you felt, what it did to you. You can't believe they did you like that. I can't believe you spoke to me like that. And all that I've done for you. And what you're really doing is you're not allowing it to be put to rest. Like when we go to a funeral, we lay that person to rest. You have to lay these issues to rest. You got to bury them. You got to bury them so that you can grieve and move forward with your life. Not only do you relive every part of the injury, which makes it seem more and more intense and more hurtful. You're picking up more baggage as you continue to talk about it. When you talk about it with this person, you said that part. Then you talk about it with this person and you've added another part to it. And it just continues to be this snowball that is getting larger and bigger and stronger and gaining more momentum. And all the momentum is for more hatred and more frustration and more anger and more bitterness, where this seed was just a seed and now it's become this tree that's got all of these branches on it, and it's intertwined in every branch and every leaf with bitterness. We can't be bitter. We got to learn how to get better. Got to get better. Now you're the victim. Now you play the victim, because anytime that situation comes with any person, you're defensive. You're like, this feels familiar. I've been here before. Can't let you in because, Rico did this to me 25 years ago, and Sally and Dave said this to me. And you begin to live your life on the defense. You begin to see everybody as someone that's trying to hurt you. You begin to take every situation and you begin to materialize it that people are coming after you. You don't own the part that you played. No, we don't want to talk about that because we're justified in how we felt and how we responded to the other person. As if we can say what we want to them, but they can't say what they want to us. That's kind of a double standard. I can say what I want to and hurt your feelings, but you can't say something to me and hurt my feelings. That's absolutely unacceptable. That's how you are when you're bitter. Let me tell you the cost of bitterness. Just a couple of things that bitterness costs you. Bitterness costs you your mental and your emotional peace and state of mind. It costs you pain. It costs you long-lasting anxiety, and it can turn into depression. The cost of bitterness can be a vengeful mindset. So your mindset is constantly that people are out to get you, that people are always trying to figure out how to get over on you. That's when you know that you have a bitter spirit within you. Now, you can portray to other people when you're in public and have a smile on your face, but deep down inside of you, there is a bitter seed in you, and it is creating a tree, then it's creating a forest, and then it's creating, it is growing like wildfire inside of you. The cost of bitterness can be the creation of deep rooted distrust for people. You don't trust anybody anymore. You don't trust your family. You don't trust your children. You don't trust your mother. You don't trust your wife, your husband. You don't trust people anymore. What kind of life is that you can't trust anybody? Everybody is after you like the Terminator. Come on. We have got to get better. It robs you of true and real relationships where people sow into you and you sow into them, where you guys can talk and laugh and exchange experiences and grow and nurture together. It robs you of real relationships with people. No one wants to be bothered with a negative person. A person who's always emotional, a person who just can't seem to get it together, a person who always thinks the worst before they ever think the best. It paralyzes you right where you stand and it does not allow you to move forward. Why am I talking so passionate about it today? Because it was just only a couple of weeks ago that I was able to talk to someone who I have had an issue with and I have had a resentful bitterness towards. And when I spoke to them, did I like what they had to say to me? No. But that is their perspective. And that is their viewpoint. And that should not control me and my thoughts and my emotions. I let them say what they needed to say to me. I said what I needed to say to them. And it's over. It's done. It's like the death. I didn't taken it to the graveyard. We didn't, spoken peace over it. We didn't put you in the ground. They didn't put dirt over you. They're getting ready to put on top of it, what is that when someone dies and you put a monument or some kind of a tombstone. You put something on top of it. I'm done with the issue. It's a mute issue for me. I don't want to deal with it anymore. Not because I'm avoiding it, but because it's over for me. Take your personal power back. I gave that person my power every time I saw them. Every time I came into their company, I'm just going to be honest. I would be like stank. Like, I can't do that anymore. That don't make me my best me. And you might not like me, and that's fine. Life goes on. I might not like you, and that's fine. Life goes on. But can I be respectful? Can I be a person who can be humble and forgive? I can be, because I can be my better me. I'm destined to be my better me, my best me. I'm taking my personal power back when I decide to be better and not be bitter anymore. Not only that, but I cannot control others, what they think, what they say, how they feel. I only can control me and how I respond and how I act and my attitude towards them. That's all that I can control. I need to face my opposition as with courage and with strength and knowing that there's a better day tomorrow. Injustices have been done to me as well as I have done injustices to others. That's what people don't want to talk about. They want to talk about everything that you did to them, what you said to them, how you made them feel, how you expressed yourself, how you treated them. But they don't ever want to think about how they treated you, what they said to you, what they did to you, how they talked about you, how they injured you. Because it's not important about how I treat you. It's only important how you treat me. And that's the wrong mindset. The Bible says that we are to treat people the way we desire to be treated, not the way they treat us. The way I desire. If I desire to be treated good, I need to treat you good. Even though you treated me bad, I need to treat you good because I desire to be treated good. My injustices don't give me the benefit of doing someone else an injustice. The cure for it is forgiveness. The cure for it is allowing my grievances, my grudges, and my resentments to be put to rest. It is allowing my wounds to be healed. It is being able to put ointment on my wound so that my wound can come back to healing. So that my, the scar that I have, it can now be healed where it doesn't hurt me like that anymore. That I don't see, my tissue anymore, but I see the skin that's grown over it and that it's a healed wound now. Not only that, but it's a daily battle. It's a daily act. It's a daily continual practice that you must keep to be better and to be free. You now must recover and allow for the wound to be properly and totally healed. Commit to working and turning your pain into gain. What did you learn from that situation? What did you gain? What do you understand now? What wisdom can you take away from it? What lens can you now look out of that you have a better scope to understand? Visualize your future with hope, and not just with hope. Decide that that hope is going to make you better and not bitter. I hope I've helped you work it out within you so you can work it out outside of you. Don't be bitter. Learn to be better. I am headed to my best self, and I'm throwing bitterness in the grave, and I'm picking up forgiveness as I leave the burial site, as I leave the station, as I leave my home. I choose to be better, and I choose to bury my bitterness.